Hi everyone, welcome back to this Vise Squad episode. My name is Tiff. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at South Dakota Fly Girl. Today on this Vise Squad episode, I am going to show you all how to tie a skinny Nelson. I currently have one in the vise that I just tied. This is a size 16. This fly also is known as just a quill nymph. Now, this has become extremely popular for the Bighorn River, but by all means don't shy away from tying it if you aren't fishing that particular body of water. It's a great Baetis nymph pattern. So essentially, if you find fish feeding on Baetis nymphs, this is going to work for you. So we'll go ahead and get started. In my bobbin, I do have 70 denier thread. This is my bullet bobbin, and I absolutely love it. Today I am using my tungsten carbide scissors, but these ones are in pink. I'm not using my purple ones today. Both of these, along with all my tying tools that I use, are all from Anadromous Fly Company. One of these days, I'm going to pronounce it right. There's like 10 different ways that I've heard it pronounced. So, I just want to thank them personally for sponsoring this tying video. And if you didn't see my previous video in reference to my review on them, by all means, you should go ahead and watch it. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'll quit rambling. So in the vise, I'm going to be putting a size 16 wet hook. You can tie these smaller or larger. You can tie these with a tungsten bead at the front if you're wanting more of a weighted fly. So, but today we're just going to tie it without any weight. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So we'll start at the front and wrap back. You don't have to worry about your wraps touching per se, because we will be going back. If you guys do hear rumbling, my house is not falling apart. We've got a pretty good thunderstorm coming through, so, and we need it. We're kind of in a drought situation, so our fishies need it for sure. So the next thing we're going to put on is a tail, and we are just going to use a basic black hackle. Just so you're just going to grab some fibers from that. You don't want it super thick, but you don't want it super thin either. And I usually try to go about the length of the shank. So I'm going to go ahead and roughly guess, but I am notorious for tying them too long, so I do like to put a few loose wraps kind of look. Yeah, just a little shorter. And that's about perfect for what I like. Now don't cut this off, because we are going to use that as we tie in for kind of a body. Build it up a little bit. The next thing we're going to tie in is some small silver wire for our segmenting. And you can tie a lot in and then just cut it off. I prefer to just kind of estimate where I want it to stop, which is I do about 2/3 of the way to the eye. So about there. I'm going to spin this to tighten up my thread a little bit. And then we're going to just take touching wraps to, like I said, about 2/3 of the way up. So I'm going to stop about to there. Go ahead and I'm going to spin this on you guys, because it's just easier for me to cut. And I went a little too far on my wire, so I'll just cut that off. A couple wraps. And then we're going to take our wire and we're going to do our segments. I usually do 4, 5, 6, just depends what size I'm tying here. I think I'm going to stop at 4 on this one, because we are going to put a thorax and stuff at the front, so you want to give yourself plenty of room there. Most folks that tie can just spin that right off? I can't. I don't know if it's my messed up hand. I'll have to tell you guys that story sometime. When I was a little girl, I pretty much sliced my whole hand open, and some tendons never got fully back where they should be. So I've kind of have a handicap there that I've learned to work with. So the next thing we're going to put on is our wing casing, which is going to be on the top. Now I'm just using just a basic tinsel. A lot of folks will tie this like it's a pearl, but use what you got. This is what I had. So I'm going to turn this my way a little bit so I can make sure to capture this right at the top. And if you just use your finger, and again, I'm really sorry that my sausage fingers are in the way, but as you can see, it's on the top. Oh, I hear the thunder. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to, but so for our thorax, we're using just simply one piece of peacock hurl, just one strand. And with this, I like to use the thicker part versus like towards the end. So again, we'll just go ahead and capture that. Couple turns, let that sit. And I go a little bit crazy with my thorax. I go backwards a little bit, I go forwards. I kind of like to make it a little wide. And we're going to capture that, pull it forward, couple turns. You can break this off or just snip it off. So the next thing we do is we're going to pull this over. Now sometimes this peacock doesn't want to make a runway for it, so if you just kind of give it a little oomph there, and then I literally just put my finger on here, hold it down tight. Oh, let me spin my thread again, it's doing something funky. There we go. Do over, hold it down, couple turns, make sure it's sitting on the top. I like to pull it forward and make a couple turns on it. And that kind of helps when the fishies are biting at it, it doesn't come apart as fast. So break that off, cut it off, I should say. Grab our whip finisher. I only do a couple on this because it's such a small eye there, but I'll show you guys a little trick. Sorry, again, fingers on the way. Go ahead and nip this off. All right, guys, and so there it is. Now, I was watching a tying video by Landon Mayer. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right. He's an amazing tyer. He was talking about like these little flies that sometimes we have a hard time, you know, getting head cement on. And I, you know, a lot of times I just wouldn't even head cement these. So, you know, like mine's got this big old, like that isn't gonna work, right, guys? So what he does is he takes a piece of his wire, just a little itty bitty wire, dips it in there. And what's cool about it is it gives you like, and again, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but it gives you like micro drips. So I just use those little drippies and I put it right where I cut that thread. And it's easy as that. I thought it was kind of a cool, cool little trick. So I hope you guys will try this pattern. You can tie it, like I said, with a tungsten bead if you're wanting a little more weight. You can fish this under a dry dropper, or as a dropper behind another nymph. That's the way I usually fish these. So super effective fly, guys. I want to thank you all for stopping by and watching today's fly tying segment with me. I hope you all enjoyed spending a little time with me. I do want to thank you guys for, you know, giving me the opportunity to ramble on to you guys and share some patterns. And, you know I'm not anything professional or anything like that, but I really do enjoy doing these and sharing, you know, some of the flies that I enjoy tying. I can't talk today. Please give this video a like, and if you don't already subscribe, please do. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button now, and don't forget to smash the reminder bell so you're one of the first to know when new content drops. If you guys are in the market for some gear, and when I say gear, like, I'm telling you guys, just about anything outdoors, you're probably gonna be able to find on these sites. So by all means, please check them out. The website for my Canadian friends is fishingandoutdoors.ca. And then for my fellow US friends, it's fishingandoutdoors.net. I'm sorry, I was hearing rumbles. I will be back to hang out with you guys and gals every Sunday with a new tying segment. In the meantime, you can always check out my fellow Vise Squad tiers. They're always tying up some great fly patterns. A lot of them I can't wait to get to the magnitude of tying that they are. But I'll see you guys all next week. Tight lines, my friends.